Richard, I think you talked about the last game saying obviously you guys still have a lot of work to do. What's the most important thing for you guys to get done between now and the opener? Obviously, 8 days to go.
We just got to work at chemistry, offensively and defensively. There obviously are decisions to be made. That's an important part of this. With some guys that have kind of fluctuated in and out, Cameron Payne, he needs to get some reps with our guys, and so hopefully he can do that Friday. And but we just, we got to keep working on everything.
How, we talked a little bit after the game, but I mean, what is the challenge like to create chemistry with that many moving parts? And it seems to be a different group of guys that you got to build chemistry with in the second and third units every practice almost.
Well, the starting point has got to be hard physical play and rebounding, and the possession of the ball is going to be an enormous factor for us this year. It is every year. I feel we have a chance to be a better rebounding team than maybe we've been the last few years, but it's going to be work, and it's going to be everybody. It's not just our big men.
To that end about the hard physical play, the rebounding, all that. We ask you a lot about individual. What have you liked or not liked about the way you guys have played stylistically compared to how you hoped to in these 3 games so far?
We've just got to work through some kinks. We have a different situation with our bigs this year, and so strategically we've got to implement those guys the right way, and some of it's frankly a bit of trial and error, but we got to use the time wisely, and we don't have a lot of time for trial and error, So look, it's a good group of guys, great people. We have a lot of good players here in the mix, and really focusing on hard play, physically competing in practice, doing a lot of things defensively, and so we're going to get better.
The answer might be some of the things you just said, but when it comes to roster decisions in the coming days, besides finances and positions, what will be important to you in determining who gets the last spots?
I don't know. I'm not going to comment on the roster decisions. Health is obviously a big issue right now, and so we've got to hope Mother Nature is kind to us, as far as the healing of some injuries that aren't terribly serious. But we can't cheat it either, and so we've got to have plans if we don't have all of our guys, in the first game, or however long it is.
How's Ben Sheppard coming along in that regard, and also just he's a guy that obviously you can trust to play hard, play physical. Just how much can he be a stabilizing force if we can get him back?
Yeah, he practiced today, full. I think he missed anything today, and he's been working really hard and doing a lot of things, on a live basis, not necessarily a contact basis, but a live basis to get ready. And so he's a guy that, from a system standpoint, that really helps us with his running, his speed. He's a very good rebounder too. And so there's the possession element of it again.
So today was your first full day participating, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What have you been dealing with so far?
Calf strain. Yeah, so had it for like 2.5 weeks now, but feel good out there and I'm ready to go.
You feel like you'll be ready to go for Friday's game?
Yeah.
What are you hoping that can be different for you, even with such a short, abbreviated kind of preseason and camp, that you can get out of this to take you to the season?
I'm just doing what I do, doing whatever's asked for me in that point of time, and then just kind of working myself in with the guys I've already been doing, and to see how I can help on both ends of the floor. So
we haven't talked to you at all since the season started. What were some of your off-season emphases in terms of skills you wanted to get better at heading into this year?
I work on everything, conditioning, shooting, off the dribble type stuff, coming off screens, just all types of stuff, trying to well-round my game, and so whenever my name's called, whenever I get the opportunity, I can just succeed in it. So.
Bench rotations change a lot throughout a year, but if you look at a potential second unit, opening night, it's not going to look very familiar. What's the key to having that group? It's some chemistry, some cohesiveness, and success.
I think camp's been big for us. Just the bench in general, just getting a feel of how we each work off of each other and all that type of stuff. And obviously I've been out, but now just focusing on working myself in and just doing what I can do and just being ready. So.
To that point, TJ made a lot of things happen with that group. If you don't have him, more responsibility for you.
Yeah, next man up. He always says it, so he's going to be out for some time, but we just got to pick up where he left off. And it's definitely hard to emulate a guy's game like TJ, and that's definitely going to be a loss, but we're going to figure it out.
You talked about just doing more off the dribble stuff. I mean, what kind of things have you done to work on that? How important do you think that is to add more, off the dribble, whether it's creating a jumper or getting to the rim? How important is it to add that stuff to your game?
Yeah, I'd say just whenever I have that opportunity to take someone off the dribble or take advantage of my shot, I feel like that can help the team because I know my game and I know how to play within myself. So just attacking opportunities and advantages and stuff like that and just playing my game. So.
What kind of difference are you noticing so far, basically, in that part of your game? Like, where do you feel like, I guess, you've made progress over the course of the summer?
Just aggressiveness and confidence builds every year. So feel comfortable out there.
I talked to Juris a little bit about this, but sometimes year three can feel really different for players. Have you gotten that sense that, besides the basketball part of it, that things are easy, comfortable for you in any way different this year?
I feel like all the years I've been in the league, I've kind of blended together. I'm just out here taking every day at a time and just doing whatever I can to keep growing. So.
Just how has the leg felt over the course of this week?
Good. Yeah, it's felt really good. We're cautious right now, all the Achilles stuff and all how it's catheter and all that type of stuff. So, taking care of it, doing the proper rehab and all that type of stuff. And I feel great.
Was it an issue during camp, or did it happen before?
Right before camp.
Right before camp.
Yeah.
So after Orlando, in between there, or
at Orlando?
At Orlando.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And you've had a lot of halves like that, but when you go 9 for 9 in one half, is there a point you realize how warm or hot you are from the field? A number of makes, maybe?
Nah. Pretty much, I ain't gonna lie. Walking to the game, I was like, I kind of felt it. I know I was gonna feel it, this way, but the game was going well.
Your scoring per minute this preseason has been quite high. Do you feel any different on the offensive end in terms of your emphases, the things that they've been telling you to do, playing the way you want? How have you kind of felt that all materialize?
Well, pretty much just trying to buy into the system, doing everything that's right, but also knowing who I am as a player. So pretty much just mixing both.
What have you learned about striking that balance? It's a lot of things that you and Rick have worked on a lot over the last couple of years. What have you learned about how to play in the system and be yourself and do both of those things at the same time?
That's a great question, man. I think pretty much just getting used to it, man. I think that my situation here has been kind of, really, really different. Hasn't been really stable as much as I would, want it to be, but which is fine. At the end of the day, I have to adjust as quick as I can. I feel like this year it's more about establishing, who I can be as a player while fitting into the system, and I think that we've done a pretty good job so far.
You had a couple buckets off ball movement. I saw a couple, backdoor cuts. Obviously, running ahead in transition. How important is that piece of your game, and how much is that something you've worked on to kind of see the opportunities to get buckets through off the ball movement?
I think it's a gift of mine. Just playing off the ball, cutting, and just using my ability, my athleticism, just to cut and get some free points. Or if I cut, then my teammate can get a shot. So pretty much just seeing what's out there.
There's been a lot of talk about defense, and Andrew maybe not always locking into the other team's best score. Are you getting some of those opportunities? How much are you looking forward to those challenges and to showing what you can do defensively?
Oh, I'm definitely more excited about that than any other thing. I think that's one aspect of my game where I think if I elevate, I wouldn't say as much as my offense, but as it's pretty good. I think I can be, one of the best two-ways in the league. That's definitely one of my goals, and I'm trying to become as fast as I can. So that's a great opportunity for me.
It's the kind of thing where they tell you the matchups, and you're wanting that guy.
For sure. I think I'm obviously better on ball. So just taking every matchup personal and going to the game knowing that I'll be going out there and being the best player. I don't want to get embarrassed, so I might as well do the best I can to stop the player from scoring or having a good game.
I've talked to you a few times over the years about blending what you do with what this team's kind of style is. What do you this season with the team that this is view as the key skills to kind of make that blend as successful as possible?
Say it one more time.
Yeah, throughout your career, we've talked about that a lot, right? The blend of what what you are and your strengths and what this team's strengths are, and the specific skills that it takes for that to happen. What do you feel like with this team and the injuries that there are and the role you'll have are the key skills to make that happen as successfully as possible?
Like I said, just being more locked in, on things that the team needs me to do for us to win. I think that obviously we lost a great player in Tyrese. I feel like we have a lot of depth on our team, to have people who can fill up. I think I have a little bit more freedom to go out there and be myself, and within the system. And I'm looking forward to going out there and accomplishing a lot of great things.
One thing that Rick said, I think you talked about before, was making simple reads, and just how much do you think you've improved about that? Quick decision making, and being able to see, make a simple decision, whether you're pass, drive, shoot, whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean it's just about watching a lot of film, and seeing what's in front of me and taking advantage of every little thing, whether it's about timing, spacing. So pretty much just watching a lot of film. I've broken down the game. The game slowed down a lot more for me over the summer. So like I said, pretty much I'm still in a playoff kind of environment. Like I said, playing a lot of minutes or not, I'm still kind of amped up about the season coming up. So I feel like it's a great mindset for me to be into going to the season.
You, Andrew, Pascal, and Aaron, it seems like you guys have had really good minutes together. It seems like there's been good chemistry there. What do you like about how you guys have operated together as a group so far in preseason?
Just being together. I feel like we're more, connected off the court as well, and I think that helps, a lot more. And I think that, obviously the chemistry that we need as starters is very important. Knowing that if someone takes a bad shot, it's not intentional. That whoever it is gonna make the effort to get it back on defense.